ain't gonna waste no time with it. Disclaimer, you know what I mean? We're gonna put it out there. This is a experience based, opinion based, little research based. All right. So what is said on this podcast, you know what I mean? Let me go ahead and put it out there right now because we have the disclaimer for a reason. You know, what I come on here and say is how I feel, is how I believe. If I have a guest and the guests come in here and they say something else, that's how they feel and how they believe. Do not come back to me on the back end and ask me, Phillip, your guess was this, that, and the third. Your guess said this, that, and the third. Or your guess was off the mouth with some crazy shit. Is that how you feel? You know, it's I'm gonna say this. When I had went to prison, all right, you know, I don't glorify that shit at all. First of all, I'm gonna just put that out there. But when I had went to prison, I had people who knew me, who know the kind of person that I am, my character, the whole nine. And they, you know, I work with these people type of thing. You know, when the paperwork and everything came out, my discovery, you know, they started reading the discovery, trying to help me fight my case, but started questioning, asking themselves, is Phillip really this monster that they are painting him in this paperwork as? Was Phillip really out there selling dope to the kids? Like they had me as that monster in this paperwork. You know, and the people who I fuck with the long way started questioning and asking me those things. Like, look, if y'all can't get it right now where I'm at, who I am as a man, as a black king at that, and this is for everybody. You know what I mean? This is for everybody. So, you know, that's part of the truth right there. That's part of the truth right there. But you know, we're gonna have a conversation regarding the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back here. First of all, you know what I mean? If you haven't checked out the website, go ahead and check out the website. You know, we hot and heavy that way. If you have not liked our page yet on Facebook, makeachessmove.com. You know, our facebook.com/Macam303. You know, everything is Macam303. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. I don't have the Tumblr up here, but that's Macam303. The Pinterest, you know what I mean? All that is Macam303. All right. So last week, we're gonna do a quick little recap. You know, our topic last week was heavy, and I know it was heavy because I've continued to get you know, people talking to me about it outside of it and people hitting me up in the messages and stuff like that. But our topic was, if you didn't catch it last week, was how come black men who are with white women are not targeted by the police? You know, I was saying you don't see these white women with their cameras out like, please don't kill my baby, he's black. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't see too many of the white women doing that. Let me put this out here too. This is part of our Make a Culture Move podcast, meaning when I'm speaking about culture, it's specifically the black and brown culture, specifically, but more specifically black. All right. So again, when we have guests come in here and outside of here, man, y'all killing me already, but it's good, it's dope. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel, and it's gonna be easy. You know, I try to leave the interpretation up for the birds, so you don't have to. You know, everything that I say, I try to keep it real simple. You know what I mean? So there's no problem with misinterpretation. But said all that to say, you know, with our white guests too, who come in and tap in. You know, if you don't like what we got to say, please tap out. Period. I ain't gonna say nothing else to you. You know what I mean? So the truth hurts. That is our topic. That is our topic. The truth hurts. All right. We're going to see how far I can get with this. You know, and what made me think of this topic, because if those who do not know, Malcolm Make a Chess Move is an organization that I founded and started. You know what I mean? It derived from chess, challenging how every student strategizes, was a business plan. My one of my mentees, you know what I mean, at the time, Sir Martin, you know what I mean, he had. So we ran with that, and the more we was running with it, the more these Macam lessons started coming out. And these Macam lessons are all lessons that I learned from when I was a kid but didn't stick. And now that I'm older, all of those lessons that my grandma was teaching me is all coming back, and they're all sticking. You know what I mean? So with owning and running a business, for the first 6-7 years, I was allowing a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean? Which kept me stagnant. When I switched it up, you know what I mean? Stop dealing with people the same way that I was dealing with them. Not the thing is, I see, my grandma, she used to tell me, you know, watch those around you. They'll be quick to pull you down, including your family. Watch those around you. They'll be quick to pull you down, including your family. That was part of that truth that I ain't catch back then. She was speaking about the homies who I was kicking it with. She was talking about, the not too close homies, my soccer friends who I was playing soccer with. That was the only sport that I really got into. She was talking about family as well. To the point that right now, once I stopped dealing with people, once I stopped pretty much babying people and and holding their hands type shit, if they fucked up, I would still help them up and pretty much baby them type shit until they fuck up again. And the long story short is, once I stopped dealing with people on that level, in terms of enabling, being their support, because it came down to the point where they would get into some shit because they did not mac them. The long story short is, when they would get into some shit because they did not mac them, they would be like, okay, I know I can call Phil. He gonna always be there for a nigga, period. And that was the energy that I put out. You know what I mean? And now that's not the case. Everybody makes mistakes constantly. But we can't continue to rely on somebody else to get you out all the time. You know what I mean? A little background about myself. My mom's and my dad died when I was young. My dad died from alcoholism when I was 8. My mom died, she OD'd from crack when I was 15. All right. I didn't have the luxury of being able to call my moms or my pops and being like, at the age of 21 or at the age of 16 and up, to be like, Ma, I need something. I need to just come and kick it for a minute. I fucked up. You know what I mean? Or Mom, or Pops, I need you to come bail me out. I fucked up. You know what I mean? I've always had to figure out a way, with the tools that I've been provided to get out myself. I got out of prison in 2010, and I've achieved a lot from that point to right now, and I'm proud of the growth that I'm making still constantly to this day. I'm not the same man that I was yesterday. You know what I mean? Said all that to say, this truth conversation is about to hurt some folks. And I had another discussion that I wanted to get in. Sometimes I even think about my own topics and truly think about the productivity that's going to come from them. And I was getting ready to, I got to figure out how to reword, my stance, because it's very emotional. And I have a reason for it too. But right now, it's just too emotional to try to voice that stance to a certain community. It's not the white community. It's not the Asian community. It's within our own community. You know what I mean? So I'm still figuring out the words for that one. But said all that to say, with me being the executive director of my own nonprofit, I have to make certain decisions that people won't like. All right. I have to say certain things that people will not like. One of those things that I constantly have to remind folks is, this is part of that truth. This is a part of that truth. Everybody, and when I say everybody, I truly mean every single one of us, unless you have the business started yourself, is expendable. everybody is expendable. I constantly try to, it seems like I have to remind folks who I work with, of this simple concept. Right now with what we're doing, it's flowing great. We got a whole team. We got youth leading two of our online programs that's 100% youth led, and they're getting paid for it. All right, and it's dope. So I can grow other aspects of our business. But when you get to the point where, even working with people who I worked with before, when you get to the point where you get too comfortable, where you try to move to your own, you come in, you move to your own drum type of shit, you know, but it's not your drum, my guy. You know what I mean? So when you're not showing up when you're supposed to, old Phillip used to be like, okay, that's cool. You're gonna make mistakes, you know what I mean? It's understandable. When you come in smelling like weed, okay, that's gonna be understandable. You know what I mean? Just don't make it happen again. You know what I mean? I mean, we mac them. You know what I mean? Let's mac them. You know what I mean? That's Phillip's talking. Old Phillip. When you don't call if you can't make it in, that's not mac them. At the end of the day, new Phillip got procedures. People don't like procedures, especially if we have a relationship. Once you bring in procedures and everything like that, then the relationship, people that's like, Phillip, he acting different now. He on some weird shit. Nah, nigga, I ain't on no weird shit. I'm just not allowing anybody to use me to only their benefit. And with this Malcolm thing, it's I know everybody, when it comes to leadership, we'll say that. When it comes to leadership, everybody don't have the same leadership style that I have. All right. With that being said, I can turn nothing from something. Something from nothing. There we go. I can turn something from nothing. When other people need structure, they need to be told what to do, when to do, why to do, how to do it. They need all of that. Saying all that to say, old Phillip and new Phillip, like I said, those I love the fuck out of old Phillip. You know what I mean? And when I'm saying old Phillip, I'm not talking about the little kid Phillip. I'm not talking about the teenager Phillip. I don't like that nigga to this day, youth, I don't remember from 0 to 6, but I say from 7 and up, 7 to about 18, 19, I ain't like that nigga at all. At all. I beat him up right now to this day. You know what I mean? But that's just my own personal feelings. But everybody is expendable. You know what I mean? And people don't like to hear that. Folks do not like to hear that. Oh man, let me go ahead and get my joke on. If y'all ain't got y'all joke on, I got some of the finest cheaper. You know what I mean? That's that ooh wee. About to go ahead and fire that on up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If y'all ain't got y'all show, go ahead and fire up right now. You know what I mean? So I'm on mine. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit while it's doing this thing. All right. We're gonna let that sit for a little bit. But I'm using this honey right here. That's that thing. Clover honey is the best honey. I ain't gonna debate you. You know what I mean? You feel your way about yours. I know Clover honey go. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, I'll beat, you know what I mean, 7 to 19-year-old Phillip up. Period. All right. When you're working with somebody, because I never say I have people that work for me. You will never hear me say that shit. You know what I mean? I have people who work with me. You know what I mean? And when I say everybody is expendable, like I was saying, right now we got a smooth groove. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's T. We got a smooth groove. If everybody, let me go ahead and refresh. You know what it is? It is T. Yeah, it is T. I just have my own filter. I got my own bag of tea that we order. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is tea. I was just joking about the Swedish Chiba thing, right? You know what I mean? But now you keep on making me lose my train of thought. But when you are working with somebody, you know what I mean? It's different than working for somebody. So like right now, they're expendable. Everybody's expendable, but it'll make the work on me that much harder. People would come back to me 2, 3 years later, ask me, man, you still doing Macam? But how they said it's like, damn nigga, like I would have thought you would have failed 2, 3 years ago. That's the tone and how they saying it. Just because of the fact if they stepped away, like like the load that they're carrying is gonna make Macam fail. Like I'm not capable of carrying other loads. And the thing is too, like I said, I got a real good team right now. We got a real good team right now. That's dope as shit. But it's still, you know what I mean? The truth hurts. That was one part of that truth. And again, with this podcast, we're gonna talk about, the issues that is plaguing the black and brown community that we're not doing much of. We're not saying too much of it or anything. And real quick commercial, I want to advertise my man Simple Sanitized Solutions. You know what I mean? That's my man Antonio Herrera Isidro. You know what I mean? He's one of our Macam facilitators. I know I can rely on him whenever he taps in, calls in, whatever case may be. Man, I gotta tap in with you, Oscar. Got something going right now too on that silk screen and shit. Got a whole new shop. Man, I gotta tap in with you. You know what I mean? On some real shit. But my man Tone, he got his business. It's called Simple Sanitized Solutions. I came in this morning and I'm like, oh man, I love it when Tone clean. You know what I mean? Cause he come and he do his thing. Very, very, very professional. If he can't make it, the thing that I love about Tone, as a businessman too, he's gonna make it correct. He's gonna make it right. You know what I mean? He gonna, bro, damn, I fucked up. I was sick. I was taking care of my babies. I couldn't get to the shop that on the 15th. You know what I mean? But don't worry about it. The cleaners next month is on me. You know what I mean? Type of shit. But me on the strength of, I'ma still take care of them type of thing. But please, if y'all want to support black and brown business, you know what I mean, a Mexican business, my man is a proud Mexican. He'll be the first to tell you I'm a Mexican, but don't speak a lick of English. Don't speak a lick of Española. You know what I mean? He'll speak a lick of Española, but he'll be the man. Hell yeah, I'm a Mexican. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my man Tone, Simple Sanitized Solution. Look him up on Facebook. You know what I mean? Under Simple Sanitized Solutions, you know what I mean? And that's my guy, real stand up. Yes indeed, Cutter, you said it, you know what I mean? Real stand up, you know what I mean? That's my guy. But coming back to it, the truth, is your truth the only truth? Let me ask that question next. All right. Let me ask that question next. Is your truth, your beliefs, how you move and navigate, is your truth the only truth? Is your truth the only truth? We're looking at beliefs, faith. Everybody have their beliefs. Everybody has their what they call that modus operandi, how they move and why they move that way. Is your truth the only truth? I know a lot of people, they had a whole lot to say about my man Young Activist coming in last week. And I'm gonna put it out there. I love him. You know, I love the truth that he bring. I love the controversy. I love the thought provoking, unfiltered truth that he brings. He don't have he gon' you gonna hear what he has to say if you want to hear it or not. A lot of people don't agree with what he has to say. And that's fine. That's their beliefs. But does that mean it's not true in what he's saying? So for example, he had made a post. It was just somebody else's thought that he had shared. All right. Saying that middle school girls should not wear eyelashes or should not be in wigs. If they do that, then the mother or the dad is the problem. You're the problem, type of thing. And people was posting on his like, you're sexist. You post so much sexist, racial bullshit, and how come you don't say anything about the men? You always attacking the women and all this other stuff. And I'm like, he didn't even say anything on a post. He just shared that person's post, and people came attacking him just off the rip. So I made the same post, with the caption, I put something on mine, with the caption, what do y'all think? And then I put in, how I felt about it, and I told them that I agree on that stance. You know what I mean? But I asked everybody what do they think? I mean, for the most part, everybody was agreeing and stuff like that. So it was the same truth. But how come it stung so much harder when he posted it? It cut it cut a few people when he posted it versus, you know what I mean, it coming from me. 'Cause it's the same truth. It's the same truth. That's I mean, who are we to deny the truth? Is everything that I say right? Fuck no. Is everything that I do right? Fuck no. Am I trying to do better? Of course. Yes, indeed. Am I living a lie now? No, ma'am. No, sir. I feel like my closet is empty. I have no skeletons. I had to step back away from everything and everybody to evaluate everything and everything that I was doing. I wasn't proud of it. It took me some time to to accept the fact that I was on some bullshit. I wasn't doing anything that was productive at all. So I had to step back. But me stepping back, and me making attempts to build relationships, I've made a journey where I was building relationships with a lot of women. All right. And these women were beautiful women, black women. But there was no sexual intentions with this relationship that I was building. I was just trying to understand the black women more. You know, but with that too, some of these black women had husbands, they had boyfriends and all kind of other stuff. And these men are in the community doing community work. And these men, you know what I mean? These black women, they talk amongst each other. They talk amongst each other. Oh, yeah, they do. And I'm in that circle. I'm in that group. they a lot of these black men in the community is not who they are at home. I'm gonna say that. I was one. Let me say it again. A lot of these black men who they are in the community, there's the savior for the community, I'll say. There's, oh, if he wasn't out here doing this, then the community wouldn't be, or our babies would be doing all this stuff. And these black men is beating on their women. These black men is cheating on their women. They beating their baby. They beating their daughters. I don't think any man should have a place when it comes to beating when it comes to disciplining a woman, their daughters. That's for the woman. That's for the mother to do. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, and I stand strong on my stance. You know what I mean? People, they feel like you spared the child, you spared you whatever. You know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. Give me a little bit more razzle dazzle. A lot of these men out here in the community are not who they claim to be, and that's weak. And that's weak, especially right now in the climate of the world, the climate in our community. Everybody want to do something now when these babies get hit, when these babies get shot, when these babies get killed. Everybody want to jump off and do something. Take care of you first. Get your house in order first. Get everything that you need to do in order first before you come out here and put on the front for the community, because it's not a good look, homie. And there's a lot of y'all. There are a lot of y'all. It's not a good look. And just know that I know. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what I mean? Hey, just know that I know. I'll say that. But it's cool though. I don't want to discourage y'all from doing the great community work that y'all do. Ooh, women too. Oh, not the women too. Oh, I heard in parts from the women, the part that I would say that I'm most disgusted about is the fact that y'all allow the shit. Y'all allow these men to do this for years and 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 years on the strength of that's my kid's dad. That's if he's not good, then the kids aren't good. For years and years and years and years. I mean, that's the part that I'm seeing on that aspect. You know, and it's to me personally, that's a I don't like that B. I don't like that trait. I don't like that whatever you want to call it. It's something that I don't like. I don't know, but there's some underlying trauma too. But I don't want to speak on too much of the women. The thing with women and women issues and laws and stuff when it comes to women, I feel like if you don't have a pussy when it comes to women laws and everything like that, then sit down and shut the fuck up. That's my personal feelings. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? That's my opinion on women in community. I don't know I don't know too many women how they are at home. I know who they are in the community. You know what I mean? I don't know them too much outside of home. I mean, I know some I know some women who smoke cigarettes in the house with their babies. You know what I mean? Ain't shit. I know some women who smoke. I mean, the thing is too with these babies, and these is when I say women, I'm speaking age ranges specifically I mean, even say 16, cause she got a baby. All right, all the way up to 38, 42. We're gonna say that age range, 16 to 42. Um, Hearing them on the phone talk to their kids, it's almost like there's nothing positive that is being said to the kids every time I'm on the phone with the woman. Like, it's shut the fuck up. It's get the fuck out of my face. It's, you know what I mean? It's the goodness. It's like, hold on. Where the love at though? But I'm not that's not love, I don't think. I mean, we think when we grow up, we believe that what we get from our own is how it's supposed to be. And that's far from it, to say the least. That is far from it, to say the least. But again, even looking at the truth in many situations, and the truth not being what people want to hear. You know, the truth for me always always lets me know where I stand. The truth always finds its way out. You know what I mean? One way or another, the truth will show its face. All right. And the only thing that we can continue to do as a people, regardless of how deep it's going to cut, is to continue to bring this truth. Continue to bring this truth. Y'all's truth ain't my truth. You believe your truth is the only truth, and I don't believe that that is the means. You know what I mean? I love my black people. I'm gonna be the first to say that. But I'm not against any other people. All right, let me say that again. I love my black people. I love the skin that I'm in. But me showing love for those outside of or within another culture or race is not me hating my culture. You know what I mean? And for some of y'all, that truth is y'all's truth. You know what I mean? For some of y'all, there's a truth deficiency. What's really truth? I ain't really have nothing to say today. I just wanted to bring this episode to y'all today because I ain't want to miss an episode. I ain't want to miss a week. I'm here. Boom. You know what I mean? There was so like my other topic. Let me just skim over it. You know what I mean? Because the other topic that I'm trying to reword and figure out how to word this without being destructive, because I know how words can build or break down. You know what I mean? Let me see how I can touch it. My other topic is, we looking at the leadership within the black community. How do we do so much damage? How do we do so much damage within our own community? For years, all right, for decades, and then lighten up and see the damage that you caused, and you want to reverse that damage. How do I? That's skimming it. That's skimming it. Um, but then you want to lead. Um, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't word it. I can't word it. Um, we gonna get you on here then, show. You know what I mean? Definitely. So I wish I could figure this out. I'll pull you on right now. Um, how, my thing is, I was just thinking about number one, gang culture, and number two, religion. How they coincide, how they have their own truths, but how they lack truth as well within it. And I can't even figure out how to skim it without you know what I mean? Because I know people they gonna come back saying something and Phillip is this, that, and the third, and I'm gonna just be like, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. But hey, I ain't got too much more, man. I'm about to get on up out of here. Hey, y'all have a good weekend. Oh no, 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 no. Real quick, fast. Our virtual art of storytelling again, Tuesday through Thursday at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Tap the link. It's on our Facebook page. You know what I mean? It's gonna be on our Facebook page. Tap the link. Come hear one of the stories uh, uh, from a guest in our community, from somebody from our community. Come share their story of choices that they made that eventually made them. Come tap in and hear their story. The thing is with it, we want the youth to tap in because 9 times out of 10, we will have a guest that has gone through or that is going through or that has been through what our youth are currently going through, but has still made a success story from that struggle. And we want to connect them. If we have a youth that want to get into the marijuana industry, and we have a guest who has his own medical marijuana business, that's a connection that we can make. This youth do not have to continue to sell dubs on the streets. You know what I mean? We can make that route. We can make that transition. Again, if there's a youth who wants to be a paramedic and we have one that comes in, I mean, let's make that connection. So that's the purpose of our virtual art of storytelling. We also have our Make a Culture Move podcast that is ran Mondays and Fridays. I think they air that at 1 o'clock, but you can catch that on the Make a Culture Move page. And that's our youth. They're giving us a perspective, and I would come back and give the same perspective on what they were talking about, but from an adult's perspective. You know what I mean? So again, it's is looking at the black culture, the black and brown community in our culture and the destructive behaviors within it, and then we're providing solutions. All right. But October 20th, October 21st, and October 22nd. That's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. We're holding our workshops. All right. We're holding the workshops. They're 2-hour workshops. All right. Via. We'll post a link. You know what I mean? It's all gonna be virtual. And then each workshop that the youth participates in, they can earn $40 per workshop, but they have to participate in all 3 workshops in order to cash out. The thing with that though, we're trying to push the youth to invest in a business. Don't just take the $120. Think what you can do with the $120. Think if you put your $120 with somebody else's $120 who was in a group, now y'all both got 240. What can y'all do with that 240 instead of 120? All right. So if you think if I got 120 and there's 30 other people in a group, now we thinking, you know what I mean? What can you do with the money collectively? All right. We have a few different avenues that the youth can invest in if they do choose to invest. Everything at the end of the day is choice. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna waste my time with those who at the end is not gonna invest their money. All right. This is all about investment. So I'm gonna make it be known in the front end in the first 5 minutes. If anybody is just in here and they just want the money, say something right now, and I will give you the $120, and you can get the fuck on. You know what I mean? Because that 120 is gonna be gone by the end of the day, and then our connection is gonna be severed. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to deal with you after that. All right. So that's the extent to this training. I want the youth to think bigger than just, you know what I mean? It's an easy, a little sack. Think about bigger than just a sack. Think about getting an ounce. Think about two of them. Think about buying a pound. It's think bigger. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Think bigger than just a little sack. You understand? So October 20th through the 22nd is for ages 15 to 26. Anybody can tap in. You know what I mean? Black peace. That's what we got.